You're live. It says, Lucia, it's your job to be answering these questions, asking me the questions that these fucking guys are asking me. So get it together, Lucia. And my nieces, don't talk. You could talk, but whisper. Because last time you guys are loud and they could hear everything you guys are saying.
Yeah, they're probably interested.
Oh, yeah. First of all, most of them are single. So if any girls want me,
I imagine that they are.
I could do a hookup.
I only want them if they have money, to be honest. Are you on already?
Yeah.
Oh God! You just heard me say.
Nah, they don't hear it. Nobody's on yet. They're coming.
Okay.
Is this a Monday through Friday thing?
No, I usually go on Wednesdays because the next day I do a thing. What does this bullshit say? Welcome, live chat, privacy. I don't know what the hell that means.
I'm trying to share it to people.
I don't know. I don't know what that means. So, I don't know.
There's somebody there.
Yeah, somebody's here. Hey, what's going on, Rishi Rich? I knew a guy when I was younger named Richie Rich, by the way. He was a musician. What's going on, guys? Hey, Mike Dietz. What are you doing, Mike? Them fucking Yankees are killing me, my brother. Now, friggin' the injury-prone friggin' Aaron Judge is like freaking crying that he's hurt. He fucking played 6 spring training games. He said he's beat up. He got 2 hits, now 1 home run, 2 fucking years. First is his rookie year and his walk year. The only years he didn't get injured. Fucking bullshit, man. We got no pitch. Got rid of 8 pitchers and got nothing back. We're in trouble. Mike, I miss you, man. We got to get together. We definitely got together. Bro, they do suck. You know, Nestor Cortez can't even strike out minor leaguers that are trying to make the majors. You know, him, Rodon, oh my God, they're bad. We're in serious trouble. But Mike, we got to get together, you and I, man. I miss you, man. I'll come to the shore over when the weather gets warmer. We got to bullshit. You know, they're driving me crazy too. Hey, what's going on, guys? I see all you guys. How you guys doing? Yeah, so, I was just talking to my friend Mike Dietz over here, my boy, my longtime friend. Man, I tell you.
Orioles, baby, Gunnar Henderson.
Yeah, Gunnar Henderson. I wish we had him. We got nobody, bro. Nobody hits. Giancarlo Stanton don't hit. DJ LeMahieu, fucking get rid of him. Alex Verdugo, now you know why the Boston Red Sox were like, get rid of him. Trent Grisham bats under 200. We could get a minor leaguer to bat under 200, Nobody hits on that team. Nobody. Even Volpe's only the 210 hitter. They're killing me, man. But we have no pitching. Yes, Mike, we definitely got to get together, man. I've been down Tom's River a couple times, because I was down there to see George, Mr. G, from After Hours and everything. But he moved, so now he's in Florida. So, but I got to get down there. I'll call you one of these days, and I'm going to come down. We definitely got to get together. That's my boy. Mike Dietz is my boy. Turnpike Mike.
Did you have laser eye surgery?
No, I did not have. Who asked me that? I did not have laser eye surgery. I don't know if you guys saw, I just did that video where I was in the gym and I said it's my first time back in the gym. But my eyes are, if I look, you can see it even here. Where is it? Like that. Can you see? I don't know. You see here, you can't see it as much. Can you see it? The bad eye, because that light, that's good. That blinds me. But
Hi, Greg from Wales.
Hey, who said that? Adam McNeil. How you doing, man?
Hi,
from
Greg
Wales.
Hi, Greg from Puerto Rico.
Hey, from Puerto Rico.
J.A.
So what's going on, Jay? Some of Puerto Rican women are some of my favorite flavor, by the way.
When are you doing that meet and greet? I'll come from Baltimore to meet you.
Meet and greet. I don't know. One of these days, we're all talking. All us guys from After Hours might get together and do something. You know what I mean? We'll see. Jimmy wants to do it. So we'll see. Especially Lee's coming back here. So hopefully, maybe when Lee comes back, maybe we could do something. We'll figure it out. But it definitely, down the road. I got a lot of things brewing. It just got asked to do. I can't say what it's about yet because. In 2-3 weeks, I will be able to, because they asked me not to say anything. But I just get asked to do a movie. It's a documentary, but I'm going to narrate, and it's big. You guys will find out more about that because I just did the Hulk Hogan, and as you know, I did the Hulk Hogan, I did the Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm all on Vice TV, but I got some other shit going on, so it's really cool. You guys are gonna like.
Somebody wrote,
My favorite moment. Thank you, my brother.
Frank from the gas station. Is that the guy?
Who?
Frank from the gas station. Is that the guy from Jersey Shore?
I'm not sure. Frank from the gas station. Greg's my favorite. Yeah, no, that's not the same guy. Jesus. She thinks you're from the Jersey Shore, the one I hooked up with. His name was
At the
Mike.
gas station.
No, he worked with George, Mr. G. Different guy.
Is Lee coming at the end?
Bush!
Is Lee coming at the end of
Harry Bush. We like that rug, right, Mike? I do the 70s rug. What?
Is Lee coming at the end of March?
Lee might be here at the end of March. I think it got pushed off. I'm not sure. I got to talk to Lee because he was doing something down there, with somebody here, with a supplement and blah, 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 blah. But he might be. He might. That might have got pushed a little later. So we'll find out, Bush. But 40 Arnold UK. What is he saying? I'm off to see Arnold for this Saturday. Tell Arnold they said he's a Momo. No, he's all right. Arnold's all right. Actually, Arnold's actually a very good guy to his friends. He's a good guy. When you meet him in person, he's exactly the way he is and everything. I don't like his politics, but I get along really well with him. His son, I get along very well with his son, Patrick, who's a really good boy. I like him. He's taller than Arnold. He's a good-looking kid. He kissed my girlfriend for her birthday. I got him, and my girlfriend stood there like this. And meanwhile, she got a big mouth. Oh, he's so hot. He's so cute. And then when I got him to kiss her, she's like this. Like Ralph Cramden in that fucking commercial. Get it, Cora and Apple. Chef for the future. Anyway, if you guys that don't know what I'm talking about, you guys are young.
Jason Clark is asking if you're having any more surgeries or.
Yes. Okay. Jason Clark asked if I'm having more surgery. Yes. I'm starting to gain the weight back. I did one shot of the Babanya so far, my testosterone replacement. Okay, I do it with a doctor, female doctor. She's good. I'm definitely going to be doing. Oh Jesus Christ, Joe, what's going on, man? You didn't have to give me anything. I love you, bro. That's Joe Zapata tomorrow, right? Tomorrow night, guys. Again, we go to Joe Zapata, straight out of Jersey. Joe Zapata. Okay, we're going to go to his channel, and me and Joe are going to do some really cool shit again tomorrow night. All right, 8:00, straight out of Jersey, Joe Zapata, right there. So don't forget. I'll remind you guys again. But thank you, Joe.
George Zapata's on there too.
Oh, George, tell George, I love you, bro. I'll be there in April. So Joe's brother George is fighting in April. It's going to be boxing, and Teddy Atlas is supposed to be there, whatever, a bunch of guys. Anyway, yeah, I'm having surgery. I had to come home to gain my weight back and get healthy because when they gave. A couple weeks ago, I almost died. I had to have an ERPC or whatever it's called, where they go down. I had a gallstone that fell down in your duct and it blocked off the duct. So, shh, Jesus Christ! So it blocked off the duct, and then I had like the bile backs up, and I had pancreatitis. I had a swollen liver. I had fluid around my heart. I had E. coli poisoning. I was in sepsis. And my gallbladder had to be taken out, but they couldn't take it out. They said it could have killed me if they took it out then. So now I have to. They want me to stay home for a month or so, get my strength back, and then I'm going to have the gallbladder taken out. But that should be just ambulatory surgery. But if it was done back then, it was with all those other things, it might have killed me. So yes, I still have to have surgery. I have to have that one more surgery, and it's going to be in about a month.
Chad Cole says the Yankees look like crap.
Yankees look like shit. It was
not even April yet.
Dude, the Yankees look like shit. Who's that? Oh, George. Jesus Christ, George. Oh, my God. Thank you so much. You don't have to do that. My God. My boy, George. Again, George Zapata, bro. Zapata Brand Podcast. You got to check it out. He's got all the boxers on there. He's good friends with Teddy Atlas is going to be, talks to George. George actually has a little bit of an injury, but he's going to go fight it out. And Teddy Atlas is kind of guiding him a little bit, and he's going to be at Berwick, Pennsylvania. Okay, I forgot the date. What's the date? You guys got to tell me.
April 27th.
Oh, thank you. It's April 27th. Okay, you guys got to check it out. Go to the Zapata Brand Podcast. You'll see Teddy Atlas on there. A lot of boxers. He's got all the pro boxers. So he's, and George himself is fighting again. So
They're asking if you're still selling magazines.
good bless George. Yes, my girlfriend's still.
What's your username?
What? What's my username on?
P-A-G-I.
Oh, I see Brian Pablo there. Brian, what's going on? My brother Brian.
Your username is P-A-G-I-J-U.
My girlfriend is the one who does it's P-A-G-I-J-U. P-A-G-I-G-I? Yeah, that's right. P-A-G-I-J-U. That's her eBay. She's the one who sells them. I don't know how to do any of that shit. I can't sell my own ass. But yes, the Yankees suck. Whoever said that, they suck big time. They got no pitching. Dude, they made one real move. You got Soto. You got Trent Grisham with bats under 200. So I don't give a fuck how good he is in the outfield. I mean, I could get a minor leaguer to bat 200. We got fucking Alex Verdugo. What does he have? 2 hits? You know what I mean? To me, I'm sorry. I've been saying this a long time. I know guys are going to kill me for this. But Aaron Judge sucks. I mean, he's great player. But sucks as a fucking, he's always hurt, bro. Always hurt. He plays half a season every year at best. Okay? And the only 2 years he wasn't hurt was his rookie year and the year he hit those home runs because that was his walk year. But he's hurt all the time. We need him. So you take him out of the equation. Giancarlo sucks. Giancarlo State, and you might as well leave him for a bag of balls somewhere. There's no pitching. Nestor Cortez blows. Fucking Rodon sucks. Marcus Stroman will win in May, in April. April and May. Because that's what he is, Mr. April and May. By July, he'll have a 7 ERA. We're in trouble. Anyway, what do you guys think about fucking, because, Dave's always asking me about Andrew Tate and why is Romano, I can't see, always disrespecting you, Jimmy, and George. Well, and George, too. It's just his way, but he's going to have to stop because I had to, after the other show the other day, I had to talk to Jimmy for an hour and a half, and he wasn't happy, I can tell you that. And George, I'm not going to talk for George, but George is my boy. I respect George so much. He's an inspiration to me. Anybody, how could you put a guy down, 66 years old, going for a friggin' MMA fight, So what? If it's okay for him to go for bodybuilding, where he'd have to take a lot of steroids and all that shit to compete on a big stage, that's okay. But him fighting in a ring, they're not going to, there's referees there. They're not going to let you get killed. You're not going to get your eye gouged out or anything like that. And plus, George is no pussy. He knows what he's doing. He's having fun. He told me this is the best thing he's done, So,
Are deadlifts good for the lower back?
Our deadlift's good for the lower back. Not my lower back.
Adam McNeil.
No, Adam McNeil, no. Well, yeah, they are good for your lower back, but not me. They'd snap my, I hurt my lower back when I was 16, and ever since then.
In general.
Yeah, they're good. Yeah, they're very good. But you got to, strengthen, your lower back to be able to do that. And you got to do them right. Otherwise, if you do them stiff leg, there's a good chance to pull a bad back.
That guy Gianluca Bruno, Greg, he's asking again, do you have a technique on getting the lower part of your bicep to grow? My peak is higher than the middle.
Luca Bruno wants to know, do I have a thing with my I see you guys. Things are going fast. Hold on one second. From the West Coast. Oh, is that my boy Johnny? West Coast Johnny.
Because he said, Lucia, can you have Greg
okay. West Coast Johnny, what's up, my brother? That's my boy in the house, West Coast Johnny. Check out his channel too, by the way. It's very good. Luca Bruno, listen to me. She's a pain in the ass. Listen, obviously going all the way down and stretching. When I do it, I go all the way down and get the stretch. I have big lower biceps. Mostly it's genetics, so a lot of guys have that little knot and peaks high. I like the machine where my arm is straight like this and I curl like that, because then I can emphasize. I actually stretch all the way back. I don't like this. Like I actually bring my hands back, and when I curl like that, like back. Not a bar. I'm talking about the machine. Preachers are good too. If you want to do even partials where you're doing a preacher, come up here and then bring it down and let it stretch. A lot of you guys stop. You go down like this and then bring it back and then down. That's no good. I mean, you can lengthen your bicep that way, but if you have like really high up biceps, pretty much that's genetic. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much. So, but
Ruben Sanchez is going to Mexico. What kind of babanya are you gonna need?
Ruben Sanchez, what's going on? You going to Mexico and getting some babanya? Well, I don't know. I think I told I know I've told this story probably 100 times. Some of you guys, you're telling the same story. I'm going to tell it again. Why not? My friend, one of the guys I grew up with, if my boy Mike Turnpike's on here, Mike Dietz, you remember Johnny Gatch, right? John Gatch used to, from my gym. You remember John? Anyway, he one time went over in Mexico and he bought all these steroids, right? And he flew, but he knew that they were going to check his suitcase. He knew that customs was like, so every day he would take a shit, piss, and shit on his clothes and throw them back in his suitcase, right? This is a true story. Wipe his ass with his clothes, you know. He even got drunk out there and he puked in his own suitcase, right? This is a true story. And in there he hid the juice. He hid all this, you know, the babanya was hidden, and with all his clothes with shit and puke and piss and shit on him, right? So when he went through customs, even with the suitcase closed, they were like, what is that smell? In the 2 weeks of this. And when they got there, they opened up his suitcase and they're like, oh my God, Jesus Christ. And his shit, and he said, I'm sorry, I got really sick. I got Montezuma's revenge over there. I threw up, I got on my clothes, I shit, you know, all over myself. And they were like starting to pick it up, and they're like, Jesus Christ, here. They zipped it up and they just got rid of it. He actually got away with it. That's a true story. Now, times are different. That was in the 90s. But you know what? That was a genius idea because nobody wanted to pick that shit up. And they were trying to pick it up with gloves. And they were like, oh my God, there's dried vomit in there and everything like that. So he went home and he washed. I asked him, did you throw your clothes out? He said, no, I washed them. You know, he washed his clothes, but he had all the babanya. It was hidden in there. They couldn't, you know, they couldn't keep doing it. The smell, the whole place, people are like this and shit. Other people like, you know, because, you know, you smell vomit and diarrhea. It's like fucking two weeks old and shit. And you open up that suitcase. I'm surprised it didn't start growing fucking mold and shit in there. Anyway.
Jason Clark asked if you think they would get away with that today.
Jason Clark asked if I would think they would get away with that today. No, I think they would find it today. I mean, today they would probably be, I don't know. That's just the 90s, you know, but things change. But I do know that he got away with it, with that. You know, he was ingenious. Just the way he thought about that, I was like, that's the most ingenious thing I fucking heard, you know? So he washed everything off. But what I'm saying, I don't know if that would work today. You got x-rays and shit. You're right. Who knows? But maybe you never know. It depends. Sometimes you find these stories where people, you know, I went through the freaking the thing there, the x-ray thing, and I think I had a kit, you know, grooming kit, and it was tweezers, and they took them out. Like, can't have these.
Ruben Sanchez says today my mom's birthday.
Oh, Ruben Sanchez, happy birthday to your mom.
Monkey.
So what I'm saying is that they took my freaking, you know, tweezers and shit. I don't even need tweezers for what am I going to do? You know what I mean? But they were in this little kit and they took them out. Then you hear stories about some woman who had a handgun, forgot about it, it was in her pocketbook as she went to it, and she gets to her destination, she gets home and oh shit, this was in my hand. You know, see, you hear these stories. It's just, you know, I don't know. Who knows? You know what I'm saying?
Greg, did
What?
Kevin LeBron get ready for Olympia in 3 months after a torn pec?
Did Kevin LeBron get ready for the Olympia in 3 months for a torn pec?
Christopher.
I don't remember. I'm sorry, I don't remember. I'm good friends with Kevin. I don't remember. He might have. Kevin LeBron and I are good friends. He used to tell me, bro, he can go off and go on after 2 weeks, he was already starting to grow. You know what I mean? And I'm a little bit like a hyper responder like that too. Look at Palumbo.
I smell you.
Oh, I told you girls. That's my nieces. Dave Palumbo was, I think 185. Just, and in a month's time, you know, he started doing a little shit. And now also, if you notice, even on when you see him on after hours, I think he's 225, 230. You know what I'm saying? Just from doing a little bit of shit. Some people are hyper responders. I'm a hyper responder. If I start fucking banging shit in there, boy, forget about it. But I don't want to do that because I don't want to be heavy and super big. And then fucking at my age, I already got fucking all these other issues happening. That's the last thing I need to do is get the heart and liver in trouble. You know, once that happens, there's no going back, man. You can't say, God, I made a mistake. Please, so sorry. You don't take it back. You know, you can't do that, you know, so. But that's what happens. I'm sorry, guys. She's going down the steps. She'll be right back. So I got to stick my face in the camera to try to read this shit.
Did you ever train with Akeem Albert?
No, I never trained with Akeem Albert. I know him, though. Whenever Jimmy says, can you hear me now? My wife. This whole fucking house. Good. Oh, when no, I'm reading what one of the guys said. Kevin said, well, when Jimmy says, "Can you hear me now?" He said, "It's all white." Everybody can hear. Like his wife says, "Oh, everybody in the whole house can hear." It's just Jimmy. Jimmy talks loud. We're all, even me. I'm hyper. Like people like, look at Valentino. He's on Adderall. No, I'm not. I'm hyper all the time. You know, if I was on Adderall or I tell you, you know what I mean. Only do that shit before a workout and stuff. But oh, I get a little bit right here. This is A&W red bottle, but A&W is not clear. That's root beer. Bang. Root beer blaze. Bang. I just take one sip every once in a blue moon if I'm a little shot. Look, like this. That's it. You don't need more than that. Start drinking too much of that shit. This will last me almost a week. I'm just showing you. That's it. The reason why I put it in this bottle is because it has a cap. So otherwise, you sit there with an open fucking container and I knock it over all the time.
Would you ever consider doing an autobiography?
What happened?
Would you ever consider doing an autobiography?
Well, I do have an autobiography. I have two published books that are already out in the bookstores, and one of them is a top seller. It's called Death, Drugs, and Muscle. Google it. I want to. We might do a follow up to it. You know what I mean? Because that book would have been this fucking fat. So the book company ECW Press cut it down. You know what I mean? So, but it's good. It's a top seller. It's got 5 stars. Google it. Death, Drugs, and Muscle by Gregg Valentino. The other one's a training book, but Death, Drugs, and Muscle. That's like dude. I can guarantee if you read that shit, you're gonna be like, holy shit, it's a good book. And I'm not just saying that because I wrote it, but Anyway, Lucia, where are you? I need help here. I can't read all these things. I'm sorry, guys, if I'm missing some of your things here. Would you ever consider doing an autobiography? Okay, I just answered that one. Kevin had an interview with Dave before. I know I can't see what they're saying though. Hold on. Something about Dave doing an interview with somebody. I can't.
That was a response to the Kevin LeBron question.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's a response to the Kevin. Hey, Sean, I see you there. What's going on? Chestnut. Jeremy. Let's talk drug, Greg. Steroids. Yeah, go ahead. Bring up the Babani. Ask me whatever you want. Ask me. Dude, I don't give a shit. You can ask me if I fuck my girlfriend sideways. Whatever. I don't care. Thanks, Greg. I'll check it out. Delt video. Yes, it's going to happen. Well, I told you guys, listen, one of the reasons why the Delt video I haven't done it is because I'm a lazy fucking sod. And the other is because I train delts differently than you would train delts. Look, I haven't even trained. I haven't trained at all. You can still see my delts. The thing is, I do rear delts first, then side, then front, because front get hit with everything, and then traps, which is the shoulder. I do shoulders. I do traps with delts. I don't do them with back. Some people do. Whatever. But each one is its own muscle. So that's like doing for me, it's like doing 4 muscles in one day. I give each one the same amount of, guys will do all these sets of presses and then front presses and then side raises and all this other shit. And then for the rear delts, they'll do like 4 or 5 sets. It doesn't work like that. You got to treat everything the same. Same thing with legs. You do all these sets for the front of your quad. You do leg extensions. You do squats. You do hack squats, maybe leg press, lunges and all that shit. And you go on there and do 5 sets of hamstrings. Get the fuck out of here. No way. If you're going to do 30 sets for the front of your thighs, you better do 50 sets for your hamstrings. Anyway. We'll get into that because Joe Zapata and I are going to go in the gym together. I have the book. It's good. Oh, thank you. I can't see. Is it Activist Supply? I can't see. I'm sorry, guys. I have to say, my girlfriend's in the next room for a sec. She's coming right back. I got to stick my face, literally almost touch my nose on the goddamn computer. I can't see shit. I'm fucking blind. Stories for a hobby. Greg, I like running. Adam is saying he likes to write stories for a hobby. What
Greg,
process
Greg, I like writing
do?
Stories.
I know. I don't know what you're asking me. What I do? What do you mean? What process do I do for the column? I write it on Word. Is that what you're asking me?
Maybe he's asking what.
I write it on Word. I'm not a great dude. What?
Like maybe your creativity.
Yes, I hear you. When I write the columns, I still write for Muscle Sport Mag, Joe Pietaro's magazine, okay? I still write with What Was the Ramblin' Freak, but now it's called Talking Smack. The new issue just came out. I still write the column. My column's still, the most read column. The problem is I am a shitty fucking, I write with one finger like this and I type in all caps. Okay. So I'm not the greatest writer. I'm a great storyteller, and the way I talk and put it out there, it's kind of like listening to me talk. The way I put it out there is why people like it. They like to read because they can hear me the way I talk and the way I tell stories and shit. So that's the way I write. But I'm no like fucking great writer. Even when I wrote the book, I wrote the whole fucking book in caps. And I had to have another writer fucking, who's my friend, Nathan Jendrick. Okay, who's married to Megan Kwan, who's Megan Kwan, who's the Olympic girl. He fucking made it legible. You know what I'm saying? Like, because that's what you do. So anyway,
Jason Clark, gotta go to bed in the UK. Wish you the best.
Oh, Jason Clark, good night, man. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it.
Best fast-acting steroids: Sustanon, Tran, Ace, Anavar.
Joe's asking me something. Hold on 1 second. I'll get you the best fast-acting stuff. Will you? I can't see. Look, I'm almost touching the screen. What is Joe saying?
Nothing. He's just talking to somebody about it.
Oh, Joe's talking to somebody else?
Yeah.
The best fast-acting steroid, bro, is
Sustanon, Tran, Anavar.
Sustanon, Tren, Anavar. No way. None of those. Fuck Tren. I don't like Tren. Okay? I don't. There's a lot of guys who don't like Tren. I think even Lee Priest told me he doesn't like Tren. I could be wrong with that, though. But I know he had the meatball in the throat like I did. The best fast-acting steroid is test suspension. Dude, I seen a guy on Monday, and then I saw him again on Thursday, and I was like, what the fuck did you do from Monday to Thursday? And he was on test, but he put on like fucking 15 pounds. I'm like, of course it's bloat and water. But bro, I couldn't believe the fucking test suspension is by far the fucking fastest acting steroid. Nothing's close to that. You don't want to do no oral too that's going to fucking make your liver like a football. Anyway.
Read an expert on your first book. How is your business partner, Paul, lately?
Oh, my business partner, Paul, just called me. I just missed his phone call, I think yesterday. Yeah, he's good. We're still real close. Paul's my boy. He's my brother to me. Oh, my God. Whew. Me and him could write books just on what me and him have done. My God, on the streets of New York City, bro. We've got some fucking stories. There's shit I forget about till I talk to him. Oh, man, a lot of crazy mad shit. A lot of the...
Any advice on the way to heal shoulder impingement?
Any advice on the way to heal shoulder impingement? I mean, you go to a doctor, it's going to give you maybe cortisone, but you also have to just leave it alone. You know what I mean? You can't, if you're injured there, especially shoulders or something like that, you can't fuck around because the shoulder holds the arm on. You know what I'm saying? You can't sit there all day and be testing it and shit and do, you got to leave it alone. The best advice is rest. I mean, you could try to BP, whatever. I got it here. Tony Hughes sent it to me. But you gotta get rest. Now, what are they saying here? I can't see. Okay.
D-ball sucks.
D-ball sucks. Yeah. Good night, Greg. Phil. Okay, Phil. Thank you very much for coming here, man. It's Phil Bauer. Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you. Good night. I'm trying to.
So no D-ball Anadrol?
No D-ball Anadrol. No, I love D-ball and Anadrol, but you're asking me which is faster. That shit has to go through the liver and all this shit. I mean, it works good. You'll notice gains, but suspension, you can notice like, right away. The next day, you fucking, it's suspension hits you hard and fast. I mean, it's water-based testosterone, and it's potent.
Greg, the Bronx loves you, brother. Big Hamza.
Who wrote that?
Big Hamza.
Big Hamza?
Big Hamza.
Big Hamza. Thank you, my brother. I love the Bronx. I used to live on Bronx Boulevard, for the first part of my life. Then we fully moved out when I was 13. You're talking, I lived there in the 60s and everything. But anyway, God bless the Bronx. It's always, my parents are from the Bronx, as well as me. I was born in Manhattan, raised in the Bronx, and I moved to Westchester, where I am now. I can't see this shit. Lucy, you got to step up. I can't see what these guys say. D-ball sucks. Yeah, I see that. Nice to see you healthy, Greg. Thank you, my brother. Eat cool 1979 or something. I can't see how you say that. But anyway, thank you. Agree, Greg, suspension is by far the best. Yes, Jeremy Scott. Yes, by far it's the best. I mean, I've seen guys make changes again in fucking days. I was like, whoa, you know what I mean? I couldn't believe. It's really an amazing. It's painful, you know. I don't think, did I ever do suspension? No, I don't think I ever did suspension. I did everything else. I didn't do insulin, didn't do growth hormone, no IGF, none of that bullshit. I like androgens. I don't know why I never did suspension. I like propionate, very fast acting too. That I love. What?
Somebody had asked where was the sound factory actually located. Was it in Brooklyn?
No, the sound factory is off the West Side Highway. It's 46th Street, was it? 46th? Yeah, I think it's 46th Street, or right off like 11th Avenue, you know, at the corner, to right halfway down, you know, right there, sound factory. No, it wasn't in Brooklyn. Jesus.
Ace
No.
is in the building.
Ace, what's going on, my
from
brother?
Australia, remember?
Yes. Oh, Ace. Yeah, Ace sunglasses. Again, guys, Ace sunglasses is the place to get the best sunglasses. They make them special, and their lenses are polarized. I mean, these are not. These are just bullshit indoor, just for the indoor light. But when I go outside, I need real protection, so I use the Ace, and so does Lee Priest. And Lee Priest is the one who turned me on to Ace sunglasses. They're badass. You know, they make his sunglasses. They make Jimmy the Bull. They make his sunglasses. Again, these are for indoors for me, just for this bullshit light. But when I have to deal with UVA and all that stuff outside, I use my Ace sunglasses. I'll do me driving, you'll see, or me outside, you'll see. But Ace sunglasses in house.
What do you think about SARMs?
What do I think about SARMs? I tried to. Yeah, you guys know I'm good friends with Tony Huge. Okay, so he'll send me some shit, and he's a good man. I don't like when people talk shit about him because you don't know him. He's a really good guy. He gave me one. He gave me a bunch, but the one I liked was Ligandrol. The Ligandrol worked pretty fucking good. The other one, the MK677, that is supposed to be like a growth hormone. I didn't take it. I can't. You know why? Because that shit, first of all, I had cancer and I'm scared of any of that stuff. Okay, anything that's growth hormone like, or, you know, because you throw growth hormone in a body that has cancer cells, and it's like throwing kerosene on a fire. But the other thing is, you know, it increases your appetite. I'm hungry after I eat. The last thing I need is something to increase my appetite. I can eat like a motherfucker, man. But, you know, and I'm lucky my girlfriend's skinny because even though she eats, she can fucking go food for food with me, man. Forget it. It's a Latina thing. Anyway.
Mike Dietz is asking for your phone number.
Mike Dietz?
Yeah, I'm going to send it to him on Instagram.
All right, yeah, Mike, I have the same phone number. I don't know if you still have it. If not, Lucia's going to send it to you on Instagram. I can't put it here. Then all these guys will be calling me up. Forget about it.
You're already getting that.
Yeah, I still got Mike's phone number. I have it in you should just text him from my phone. I have his phone number in my phone. Yeah, I do, Mike. I do. Yankees suck, bro. They're really killing me. My GP used to give me Anadrol. Andriol. Okay, yeah, I remember Andriol. That was an old school drug. Yeah. That's crazy. Andriol, of all drugs. IGF, best peptide muscle builder. You know what, Jeremy? I never took any of that stuff. I didn't need all those peptides and stuff like that. You know, I'm from, you know, older, like the 90s and shit. Like, you know, like the 2000s and stuff when IGF really exploded. I guess if I was going to go for a show, you know, then I might have fucked around with growth. Then I might have fucked around with IGF. Then I might have fucked around with a lot of other things. But I didn't, you know, I wasn't competing then. I was just a juice maniac. And I just like androgens, you know. I don't, you know, that other shit's a different animal, you know. But there's nothing wrong with it. I'm not putting it down. I'm just saying for me, you know. Again, if I had to go for a show, that's a different story, because then you're talking about a totally different ballgame. But to walk around Mr. Mall, you don't need that.
Mike D says, I remember you used to eat the brownies at the gym all the time.
Mike Dietz says, yeah, he remembers. I used to tell Crazy Dave to go get hamburgers and steaks and shit. I don't know if you remember that too. Yeah, we'd eat the brownies. I used to drink soda and shit like that sometimes. And eat like Paul DeMeo used to freak out because I used to get like Kaiser rolls, and I have a bag of rolls and drink like cream soda and shit with it. Because I needed the sugar. I was working out like for 4 hours. Oh shit, Winmore's here. Thank you, Winmore. How you doing, my brother? Thank you. You said it looked good. My girlfriend don't think so, but God bless you. I'm just kidding. Thank you, Winmore. Always great to see you here.
Ahmed Ali says, you're smart, Greg. I don't see the point of growth if you're not doing the show.
Thank you. Okay, who said that? Ahmed Ali.
Ahmed Ali.
Yes, Ahmed Ali, 100%. It's one thing to do a little babanya, you know what I mean? Some, testosterone and other little juicy goodies, But I'm not going to go fucking around with IGF and insulin and all that to be Mr. Mall, walk around the mall or, be Mr. fucking Boardwalk or some shit like that. The biggest BMOC, big man on campus. That's what my partner Paul used to say. BMOC, bro. He thinks he's BMOC, big man on campus. I don't see the need for that. You know what I mean? A lot of guys fucking around, a trend and all that shit. I don't know. I don't like that meatball in my throat. I can't breathe. And then fucking 5 minutes later, you're like, oh, fuck, that was a little crazy. Even Lee Priest was telling me. He was laying on his fucking couch with his arms crossed, ready to put a fucking, orchic there like he was dead because of fucking, taking the trend with the meatball in your throat. So, but if you guys, that's what you want to do, fuck me, don't listen to me. You know what I mean? But the one thing I don't understand, I'm just going to say this. If you're a teenager, you're 18, 19 years old, bro. When I was 19 years old, I could beat adults with fucking, on steroids. The last thing you need is testosterone. When I was 18 years old, if my parents left the house, out comes a jar of Vaseline and either the Playboy, I liked a little bit more hardcore shit like Hustler or fucking, and it fucking, you know what I mean? Because my testosterone was screaming. I didn't need no fucking bullshit. Oh shit, Ahmed Ali. Thank you so much, Ahmed. I really appreciate that. God bless you. Thank you.
That's foreign money.
Yes, thank you. God bless. But it's true, Ahmed. I agree with you. No, you don't need that shit. Not unless if you're going to compete and you're trying to get up there and win the nationals or win the fucking pro show or win any of that stuff. You can't. Then you have to do that shit. But if you're going to fucking, again, you're not competing and you're just a big guy in a gym and shit. You don't need all that stuff. If you have cancer and you start taking growth hormone, you're in serious trouble. That's a fact. Ask Dave about that. But, that's the whole, that's the truth, man. That is the truth. I was saying something else down here. Fuck. I was saying that, no, not 18-year-old kid. What do you need testosterone for? Or even a testosterone booster? That shit's through the ceiling. You know what I mean? I used to sit in class in high school and I'd be popping a boner, I had a girlfriend in high school that used to wear, my girlfriend knows her, I used to always talk about it. She'd wear a bikini on the beach, right? And this is the fucking 70s now. Remember, I was out of high school in the 70s, right? In the 70s, and she had she had that 70s bush and I'd see a little bit of hair coming out of the side of the fucking bottom down there. And I would fucking pop a boner. I was like, I wanted that shit so bad. Well, last thing I needed was to shoot testosterone. But you get these kids today, they're going to regret it. You'll see. But anyway,
Greg, how are you doing?
I'm on Cypionate right now. That's good, Mike. That's what I do. Cypionate, one cc every 10 days. Who said how you doing? Who are you talking to, Lucia?
Kuchulain.
Who?
Kuchulain.
I can't see it. I can't make out what you're saying.
Momo, cheers from Chicago.
Oh, Chicago. What's going on, my brother?
How to grow
Momo,
arms. How to grow arms.
Writing out. What's that?
How to grow arms as a natural.
Well, listen, when I was natural and I was jacked, I was lucky because I was built as a kid. Even when I was young, I wasn't big. I was built, okay? And I just had that genetics. I was really hard and muscular. So as soon as I started eating and working out, everything just grew. So it's hard, for me to give you advice. Jeremy Scott, thank you so much.
How could I go about getting my weight belt signed by you, Greg?
Okay, you know what you do? You talk to my girlfriend. She'll give you my address, and you just send it to me, and I'll send it back. Like, send like a self-addressed envelope or some shit. All right, message me on Instagram, she said, and she'll give you the instructions. Okay? Thank you, Jeremy. I'll take care of you. I'll send you a picture too and shit. What the fuck was I just saying?
Why is somebody asking for my Venmo?
Wait a minute. Hold on, Lou. How to get arms is natural. So what I'm trying to tell you is I got them easy. As soon as I started working out, in my opinion, no, that doesn't mean that, you can't get them if you're not genetically. You have to be consistent. You have to stop listening to other people, okay? You have to listen to you. If there's a certain exercise that you do that you don't really feel, but this guy's got big arms and he tells you, bro, you got to do that to get big arms, like benching. You got to get benched.
Greg, cheers from Venezuela.
Oh, cheers from Venezuela. What's going on?
Raymond
Bryant. Thank you, my brother. Listen, if you're going to train, right, you have to listen to yourself. The guy with big arms in the gym doesn't mean that he's going to tell you how to get big arms, because he probably got that genetically too. He could stand there and just curl a cable and shit, and all of a sudden his arms are jacked, right? But you're not. You have to listen to you. So you got to do exercises that you feel, not an exercise that this guy feels, or your training partner feels, or any. You have to base your, and you got to listen to the feedback. I like a lot of sets and a lot of reps with low rest periods. That's me. Some guys try to lift too heavy. A bicep's a small muscle like this. You don't have to fucking put tons of weight to fucking, to get big biceps. You got to make the muscle do the work.
Amber Leopard says, who is Viola? I keep seeing that name on that tattoo.
Oh, shit. Viola. Well, there it is. Wow, somebody's got good eyes. That's the mother of my children. That's my ex-wife. That's my children's mother. So that's who that is. And there's my children there, It's funny because I have my son with a baseball bat and my daughter. You can't really see. I can't twist my arm right. How you fucking see that shit? I don't know. How you fucking see that? Whatever. It's upside down. Bafangool. Anyway, that's my daughter. And it shows like a little girl in ballet. I got her when she was born. That's the last thing. My daughter fights, like in MMA. My daughter freaking boxes now and shit. They just asked her to box for some place up in Danbury. Yeah, so, like, I should have had her with the boxing gloves on, but whatever. Yes, that's it. But that's my ex-wife up there. My tattoos all have meanings. Every one of my tattoos. I don't know why I didn't tattoo here, but I have a lot of. They're all like, it's either my mother died, my father died, my sister died, my ex-girlfriend died. I have her right there, laying there, her body, the hand of God right there, right? That's her soul. That's her soul. That's her dead body. That's her soul leaving her. Like that. See?
This is a good question.
Right there. That's a scene of my girlfriend's dead body.
This is a good question from a regular, the Homeless Project.
Yes, the Homeless Project wants to ask me a question.
Do you think there is some truth to the fast food and diet people have today is reducing test levels globally?
She's asking, well, he's asking.
The Homeless Project.
Right, the Homeless Project wants to know if I think that the bad food today that's, is contributing to like low testosterone, like people eating shit. Yeah, of course. I mean, I definitely do. I mean, do you ever notice that trailer park people who are poor that live in trailers and like, I got, I'm from like West Virginia or some shit like that. And they're all fat. Every one of them are fat, right? It's because they eat shit. I mean, Doritos, fucking, Doritos aren't even a food. That's not food. I don't like, she eats them, but I don't want to eat that shit. Like Chef Boyardee, that fucking shit. Oh my God. Do you know how dense in fucking calories and fat and carbs that shit is? There's all kinds of high fructose corn syrup. That was put there in the 1960s. Richard Nixon came out with what's called the Food Act. And that was to help people who are starving. That's why cereal, bro, the worst thing you could do is eat cereal. It's horrible. Anything that's fortified means they took the vitamins out and then they try to put artificial shit in there. It's bullshit. Cereal's bad, all that. So, of course, it kills the testosterone. Plus, today everybody's listening to all this woke shit. You know what I mean? That's why you know your testosterone sucks, because you're listening to all these people that want to castrate you. You know, they don't want you to be a man. They want you to be, you know, castrated. EMCA. Thank you so much, my brother. Greg, your thoughts on?
Simpson dumping Milos.
I like Milos. I like Milos Sarchip, but you know what it is? Sometimes when guys lose, they can't blame themselves. They gotta blame the coach. And sometimes the coach is just not right. Sometimes you need a new coach, just like any sports team. You get a new coach in there, and all of a sudden now they're starting to win. You know what I mean? Maybe styles make fights. I've been around these bodybuilders forever, and I'll hear a guy say, Chad Nichols is the best. Then fucking 6 months later, fuck that. He's over there with Hanny Rambo, Chad Nichols. What I'm saying is I got nothing against Chad. What I'm using it as an example, just an example. So guys bounce around like that. And sometimes one guy doesn't like the way he's being coached by somebody else, and another coach. Styles make fights. That's an old expression, okay, in boxing. So when you want a coach, you got to find the right guy that fits your slot, that fits the way you think, fits the way you need, sees different things. You know, that's just the way it is. So I understand that. I think that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes guys will have 4 or 5, you know. They have 4 or 5 different people that trained them until they finally find the right one.
Greg, the Punisher asked, what would be a good cold measurement for a 210-pound guy about 6 foot tall, chest, arms, etc.?
Oh, the Punisher's asking a tough question. Hold on one second. I'll get to that. Shadowback, thank you so much. Can we get XXXR as American as I think steroids are as American as apple pie. There you go. I do. I made that up, and everybody loves that shit. And they are as American as apple pie. We love them. I love them. I can't do them the way I used to, but forget about it. The Punisher, you're almost asking me a loaded question. It's almost an impossible question to ask. If you're asking me, so a guy's 6'2", what should his arms be? It depends. I don't know what your structure is. Are your hips wide? Do you have a big ass? You have a naturally small waist? You know, broad shoulders, narrow shoulders. You're asking a loaded question. I don't know, 6'2". Today, if you don't have 22-inch arms, you know, and they got to be ripped. They have to have veins down them. You can't have a big fat arm. Go, look, my arm's 22, and I'm looking at like, dude, cut the fucking fat out of that shit. It's like 16. I don't know. You're asking an impossible question for me to answer. It's tough to say. If you don't like what you see in the mirror, then do something about it. Like Schwarzenegger. I heard Arnold talk about this in the gym when I was in it. I was in the gym with him, but I never trained with him. It's just like if I was in the gym and you're in the gym and you're over there and I'm over here. That's the way it was. So I never trained with Arnold, but I've been in the gym with him. And I remember him talking, and he was talking to one of the other guys, and he said, well, you go by the mirror. Go by the mirror. Go by what you feel. You know, go by your belt. You don't like the way it looks in the mirror, then do something about it. But if you think like, look at it, I got a 22-inch arm and it's all fat and shit. You know, there's some people unrealistic. He caught up with numbers. It doesn't matter what you look like. Frank Zane didn't have 20-inch arms, but would you want to look like him? You know what I mean? Of course. He was great. It's all a matter of your structure. I can't tell you what your number should be when I don't have no idea what you look like just because you say you're 6'2". I don't know what your genetics are. You might have fucking big, thick wrists. You might have tiny wrists. You might have a big, fat ass. You might not. I don't know. You know what I mean? All I know is if you don't like what you see in the mirror, then you got to do something about it. That's the way it works. Shadowback. Thank you, my brother, Greg.
Any bodybuilding stories with your old Yukon?
Oh, boy. Oh, my God. Well, I could tell you, I think I wrote about this in a book. I was with my girlfriend who died. That one right there. Jealous. Right. I was with her, and we were in New York City. We were on, was it 47th Street or 46th? Wait, I got to try to figure it out. I think it was on 47th Street. I forgot. But we were sitting there, and we eating shish kebab. We used to eat the shish kebab down there all the time. I know it's probably fucking fried rat, but we liked it. It was good rat. And I had just done a fucking huge drug deal. And in the back of my Yukon, I had literally probably 10 grand worth of fucking bricks of steroids. You know, I had a little bit of Deca, but I had mostly testosterone in there, cypionate, propionate, Anthony. I had all that shit. I think I also had HCG, but whatever. I had a ton of it, and I had it under a little tiny little blanket, like a tarp, but it wasn't even a thick tarp. It was thin, and I had it under that, right? And we were sitting there. I still laugh. I'm telling you, I'll finish the story right now. TR, thank you, my brother. I still laugh about you pooping on the guy's feet. My kids still laugh at that too. They were right there. That was in Lake George, Holiday Inn. Thank you, my brother. So anyway, so we're sitting in the car and we're eating this thing, and I see this guy and a woman. The guy's in a tuxedo, right? And a woman's in like a gown, and they come running around a corner, and they're being chased by cops. And finally, a cop comes running up this way, and the two cops are chasing him like this, and they stop him, and they get him. And now I'm sitting in the car eating a shish kebab, and I'm looking right there. It's right there, okay? And I'm watching him. And me and her, my girlfriend are watching him. And the cops are frisking him like this. And they frisk the girl, and the one cop's frisking the guy, and all of a sudden I hear, bang, like this, and a fucking shot goes off, and he shoots the guy. He actually had his gun out while he was frisking him, like this, and he actually shot him. He shot the fucking guy, and the guy goes down. And all of a sudden you hear, shots fired, Now my girlfriend's going, get the fuck out of here, drive. And I'm like, wait a minute, I want to see what happens. So all of a sudden cop cars come fucking up the street like this, which is the opposite way, and they come down the street the other way, and they box us all in. And we have to get out of the car. Get out of the car, everybody out of that fucking car. So we get out of the car. People are fucking, it was a summer day. People are hanging out the window going, I saw it. The cop shot him. The girl is going, you fucking motherfucking pig, screaming the cop, you fucking, calling him names and everything, right? You motherfucker, you killed him. And she's like telling him, the guy's name was like Angelo. Don't die, Angelo, don't die. Something Italian, either Vinny or Angelo. I think it was Angelo. Don't die, Angelo, don't die. Oh my God, you motherfucker, you shot him. And the other cops take him away real fast, So now I'm sitting there and we're waiting, and now my car is part of the crime scene. All the cars that were there, because they have the whole crime scene, everything's roped off. And we're sitting there, the ambulance comes, they take the guy away, they take the girl away. And everybody's running outside telling the cops, I saw it, that fucking cop shot him. He shot him from behind. And the one cop goes to me, what did you see? And I said, I didn't see anything. I was just eating a shish kebab. I pulled over and I was talking with her. I wasn't even facing that because I'm not getting in the middle of that shit. You know what I mean? And he's go, come on, you must have saw something. I said, I didn't see anything. And he goes, what did you hear? I said, I didn't know. I didn't hear anything. I just hear people screaming. Because I'm not going to say anything. So the cops are there now. They're leaning against my car. They open up my car. They look in like this. Boom, close the door. And my girlfriend's going, you stupid motherfucker. I told you to get the fuck out of here. Because I got enough steroids back there to make a fucking arrest, to be on the news. You know what I mean? It was well over $10,000. And they were cases. I used to get them in cases, sealed in plastic and even in boxes. They steroid. But some were open, just clear plastic cases, and some were boxed where you can look right at the shit. Oh shit, testosterone. Anyway, so we're sitting there, and I'm going like this, just shut up, and then we're sitting there, and we had to wait like hours till they finally cleared us to leave. And the cops are leaning up against my car and everything, and I'm fucking sweating, going, oh my God, if they ever fucking just looked in the back, I'm done. You know what I mean? But they didn't, and I got out of there. And I took my Yukon home, and I got berated the whole way home. Like this one with the mouth, you know what I mean? The Latin mouth in my fucking ear. You stupid! I told you what would have happened. We would have been fucked, But anyway, I got away with it. But that was a long time. And I have no idea what happened to the guy. I don't know if he died or not. But I do know when we were there, I was talking to one cop, and the one cop's like, he didn't shoot him. What happened was he took a gun. The guy had a gun in the back of his. Now, there had to be a reason why they were running anyway. So maybe, I don't know. But he said he took the gun at it. The guy had it in the back of his belt. And when the cop took the gun out like this, it went off. Either way, the cop shot. Anyway.
Did Johnny Fuller really do sets of 32 reps as far as you know?
Yes, Johnny Fuller did. Johnny Fuller was crazy, but I like that kind of working out. Rich Piana used to do some stuff like that too, by the way. Do like lots of reps, lots of sets. 30. Johnny Fuller used to do like 32 sets, 100 reps and stuff. I've done crazy things like that because I learned from John Defendis. John Defendis was one of my mentors as I was a kid, teenager. We were both teenagers at the same time. I used to read all the articles about him. Then I finally got to meet him, and so John Defendis was my guy. EMCA,
Do you have a prediction for
2024, Mr. O prediction.
Patty, Derek, Nick, or Samson?
Oh God, I'm not really sure. I don't really give too much of a shit, but I would have to say, I don't know. It's hard to beat the champion, and that kid came on really, really well. I'd have to say Derek, maybe. I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but you got to knock the champion. You can't just, if tie goes to the runner. You know what I mean? If it's close, it's going to go to him, and he's a good champion. I mean. It's hard to say who comes in. These guys, I can't follow that stuff as much as I used to because to me, the bodies are fucking fit. You know what I mean? It's not the same. But Rich Piana did 8-hour arm workouts. I've done the same thing. My brother, I'd do shit now. Not 8 hours. I used to do shit like that. But I'll be in the gym for 2 hours just on arms.
Was Casey Viator as strong as everyone says he was?
Wait, how long was the first day? I'm reading from Stephen Monroe. I think I can't see if that's his name.
Stephen McCrae.
Oh, McCrae. I can't see, guys. I'm sorry. I have to take it because she's reading other shit. I'm fucking. My face is up against the computer. My first day went really, really well. Thank you so much. I'm still 20 pounds down. You can't tell what it is, but if you saw me in person and you saw me before, it doesn't look it because I'm sitting here, but. I lost a lot of weight. Somebody asking me about Casey Viator, if he was really that strong. I was in a gym with Casey Viator, and by the time I was there, he was doing light weights. So he wasn't really doing. He used to do, it's not about the heavy weights, it's that he used to do, the Arthur Jones training, where you do the weights 5 sets, 5 minutes for 1 set. And that's brutal. I've talked about that many times. That's the most brutal training. I trained that way when I was like 15, 16, because I used to go to a Nautilus center that was owned by one of Arthur Jones' first disciples, trained by Arthur Jones. And it was a Nautilus center. And you weren't allowed to do more than 1 set on a machine. And he would have to take you through. And you'd want to die. You'd want to puke. It was unbelievable. I don't like training like that. Training's got to be fun too,
Do you have any Dave Draper stories?
No, I do not. I've met Dave Draper, but I do not have any stories about him. I think he was a little weird. A lot of those old school guys were kind of weird. Frank Zane's real weird.
Didn't John Defendis open a gym in South Carolina?
Yes, John Defendis, I believe, owns a gym in South Carolina. He's my boy. John and I, you could tell John I said hello if you're down that way. He was always an inspiration to me. Still is. He's a phenomenal. He takes no shit. He's a genius with bodybuilding. So if you ever want to train with somebody, that guy's the best.
The homeless project says, I remember when the cops thought they were perfume samples.
Big love from Dubai. Big what's his name? Big Snoop? Thank you, my brother. I really appreciate that. God bless you. God bless you and all my brothers and sisters in Dubai.
Well, I don't see that. Where?
No, wait, hold on. He wrote it in all caps, Lucy. Jesus Christ. She's supposed to be helping me.
I don't see that.
Okay, so wait, what are they asking now? No, Dave Draper. I'm trying to see because I'm up here, she's over there.
I missed that.
Do you ever hear from some of the guys, your story time episodes? Like the Jane Fonda. Yeah, the Jane Fonda magazine was my partner, Paul. Paul, he was the one in there with me, when I was doing that shit. Was banging on the door, the motherfucker. And then, our boy fucking came home, Angela, and he fucking thing came up and yeah, I still, of course, he just called me yesterday. Yes, I still see a lot of those guys. I just talked to my boy Big Chris. That's the one with the panties and that fucking guy. A whole yeah, and the pigs. Yeah, I still see him. I still talk to those guys. Yeah, all the guys. What am I saying?
Greg, I know how you feel when your bad eye is exposed to light. My right cornea is shaped in a cone. My left eye is fine.
Who said that?
Adam McNeil.
Adam McNeil. I hear you, my brother. It just sucks, but my pupil's a giant pupil, so it takes in all this light. And if I go outside to the mailbox and I come back, I'm fucking blind. I see a big spot. That's why I gotta wear the sunglasses, not because I think I'm cool.
I'm a leopard. Would you want steroids to be used again in baseball?
Would I want steroids to be used again? I'm a leopard. Would I want steroids to be used again in baseball? I think, dude, I'd be a hypocrite to fucking put that shit down. Listen, if you get a guy who's 40 years old and he takes a little bit of babanya and now it's got him to prolong his career, like Roger Clemens, now he is 45 and you're still playing baseball, why not? What's the big deal? I mean, they're fucking doing cocaine and other bullshit. You know, they're beating their wives, smacking around, cheating on their wife, doing other shit. But don't take testosterone. That's bad. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, but I don't see, when the pitchers are on it and the hitters are on it, I call that an even playing field, right? There you go.
Somebody's asking, is Mr. G leaving RX Muscle?
Is Mr. G leaving? Who asked me that?
TCTC.
Have I ever seen Danny Padilla in Rochester? I've seen Danny Padilla in person, but I've never been to Rochester. Shadowback. I've never been to Rochester, but I have. I've met Danny Padilla in person. Danny Padilla was my favorite bodybuilder at one time when I was young. Because he's not tall and he had some beautiful back on him and everything. I love his structure. I like Dan and I like his personality. He's a good guy. Greg, have you ever ventured into
The blow dart kind.
home brewing steroids? No, I've never done. Is that just a little bit TRT, whatever it is? Yeah, I've never. No, I never home brew shit. I don't trust myself. I'd make something that'll fucking kill me. You know what I mean? I don't like that home brew shit. How much money you really save? I'd rather just get the fucking legit shit. I get legit shit, so it's But I've never tried it myself. I'm too scared. I'd fuck it up. Believe me. Trust me. I'd fuck it up. Danny was great. Is Mr. G leaving RX Muscle? TCTC. I don't know. Right now, he's not happy with it. So I don't know if he's going to leave it permanently, but I know there has to be some, there has to be some apologies from towards him, or somebody might get their ass kicked.
Mike D is asking if you still have your flip phone.
You know what, Mike? I don't have my flip phone. I had to get a new phone. My flip phone broke, and when I went to, everybody's berating me for it. Like, what do you want? Another flip phone? I went there to Verizon. They wanted to give me a flip phone that was like for old people. They don't make them, and they're trying to push off that. So they had these giant buttons and shit on there, and and I'm like, I can't do that. So I do have for a little bit, almost a year now, I've had a regular phone. I'm still learning how to do it, but I resisted, Mike. But I had to go through it. What else you guys got? Greg, beach back there. Best bench back in the day. Oh my God. My best bench, I think I did 485. Dude, I was natural fucking. I showed you. I showed you guys.
How are you feeling post-surgery?
Look, I won a bench show.
Are you out of the woods yet?
Jesus Christ.
Are you out of the woods yet?
Look, 1987. That's Bob Bath, Westchester Open. I won a bench press contest. First place. There you go, right there. 165. Hold on. And that's the guy, Bob Bath, who was a disciple of Arthur Jones. So, yes, I think the most I've ever done was 485. And I was natural. I was a great bencher. You know what the problem is, though? It didn't really affect my chest. Because I had really big triceps and delts and shit. So I would get the greatest pumps in my triceps just doing bench. Greg,
How are you feeling post-surgery? Are you out of the woods yet?
I'm feeling better post-surgery. I'm not out of the woods until they finally get the final surgery. I need a surgery done in another month. They have to take out the old gallbladder and everything. And once they do that, then I'll be all right. But I got to wait another month or so. They want me to get back because I'm over 20 pounds down. They want me to gain some weight back and get healthy so that they can finish my surgery. But I almost died. So, I'm doing a lot better.
Greg, did you ever party with Jimmy and Cormier back in the day?
No, I never partied with any of the. I've been in the clubs with those guys, but with who? Jimmy the Bull? Are you talking about?
He's asking Jimmy and Cormier.
Jimmy and Cormier, Chris Cormier. Yeah, been in the clubs with these guys, but I didn't party with them. Like I didn't do drugs. I don't do drugs, bro. I once saw Chris. I like Chris Cormier, but I once saw him laying on the ground in a fucking on a dance floor. It was funny. Jimmy, I didn't party with Jimmy. Jimmy wasn't, thank you, Mike Dietz, my boy. I didn't, I don't party. So that's not me, but I've been to clubs with them guys and they're partying and they could party. You know what I mean? All of those guys, they'd be all fucking taking ecstasy. I seen Dorian Yates so lit, it wasn't funny. You know what I mean? And I'm in a club with these guys. I'm hanging out with them and they're talking with them, but I don't do that shit. I like to stay in charge. And when you start doing that shit, forget it. Would you ever do 600 test and 500 trend and 350 deca? Jonathan Muller. So I can't see. I'm more. I can't see really.
Are you doing a little juice?
Yeah. Hold on. No, I wouldn't do that. I don't like trend. And you mix trend with deca, they compete for the same receptors. So you have to know what you're doing. You can't just take drugs and not know what the fuck you're doing. They got to the same receptors. You better be taking Cabergoline and everything. I don't like deca. I used to get deca dick. I like equipoise way better than deca. It's deca's cousin. And I don't like trend.
Ken Burke says, please come out with a book.
I do. Who said that?
Ken Burke.
Ken Burke, I do have a book out. You should. It's a top seller. It's been out for fucking 10 years or more. More than 10 years, right? Was that book out? Yeah. That book's Death, Drugs, and Muscle. Google it. Read the reviews. It sold a ton of copies. It's a top seller. It's not a bestseller, but it's a top seller. Google it. It's got 5 stars. Death, Drugs, and Muscle. It's a great book. Now I can see Fighting Mr. G. Well, something I don't know how to get that back down. Glad you're doing well. Thank you, guys. Wait a minute. I'm doing much better, Double M. Thank you so much. I still have to do another surgery and everything. Bro, please come out with another book. Yes, I did. I'm going to come out with another book eventually, but I gotta have time to write it, and I have to have my boy make it legible because I type in all caps. Sorry, this is the way I am. Greg, I went to the tunnel. It was fun.
Lee Priest is on there.
Might be some of my family. Tunnel was great times, man. Great time. Where's Lee Priest? He's on here.
Yeah.
Lee, how you feeling, my brother? How you doing? I know Lee was under the weather a little bit. You guys fucking shaking his hand and then not covering your mouth. He gave my poor boy his like COVID and shit, Right, Lee? Lee's my boy. Oh no, I didn't. It's Lee. I can't see anything on here. I have to get really close like this. I'm way up here, and she's supposed to be reading this shit to me. How are you feeling though, Lee? You breathing better? You haven't trained in a week. Yeah, I know, bro. It's tough. And then when you go back, it kind of knocks you off. You get in the gym and you're all fucking weak. I mean, I was in the gym. I was pushing like pussy weights. I'm like, what the fuck? But I lost over 20 pounds. Did you lose weight, Lee? Did you lose any body weight and stuff? I mean, that coughing shit's no good. Leave after hours. Greg, they don't.
They realize you.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Charlie. Thank you so much. Yes, we all, me, Lee, Jimmy, Georgie, and all those guys. We know that shows a little. Dave's too much of a fan. That show's supposed to be fun. I love Dave. Don't get me wrong. I love him to death. But Lee said he lost a couple pounds. That's to believe. That shit's tough. When you get in a gym and you're all like, you haven't trained, you feel like, holy shit. I was pushing weights like fucking, I'm like, 20 pounds lighter on some stuff, with the weights. I'm 20 pounds lighter in the body too. From shitting funny. Oh shit. Yeah. The antibiotics, man. Antibiotics, those things kill your ass. You shit your brains out. I hate that, especially if you're taking the strong stuff. The shitting is like my ass in the toilet. Like I need to walk around with a fucking bucket strapped to my ass when I start that stuff. Antibiotics, they absolutely kill me. So now, so what do you, let me see here. Wait, John Manzini. Once your appetite comes back.
I honestly think you're better here than on RX in some ways.
Thank you. Who said that? Who thinks I'm better here than RX? You know what it is? Because I got to talk about what they want to talk about. John Mancini, Yes, I can't wait to eat McDonald's, but I have to
Joe
wait.
Pietaro said Jimmy the Bull just joined his gym.
Oh, wait, Joe Pietaro's on here now?
No, but
Oh.
somebody's saying, Joe Hernandez is saying that Joe Pietaro said that Jimmy the Bull just joined his gym.
Maybe, yeah. Jimmy's from Long Island. Joe's from down there, too. You know?
John Mancini says, definitely take probiotics.
Yeah, I do. I take a lot of probiotics, and I drink kefir like crazy. Yeah, and 1,000 milligrams of, oh my God. You're taking 1,000 milligrams. Wait, Lee said he's taking.
Dave needs to start reading all the comments.
Lee said that he's taking 1,000 milligrams of amoxicillin. That's some heavy shit, Lee. No wonder why. I heard you, Lucia. Fuck. All right, I hear you. Amoxicillin, that shit's pretty strong. We're taking 1,000 milligrams of that. My ass is killing me hearing that.
What's up from Bayside Queens?
What's up, Bayside Queens? Yes, I know that Dave reads the. I know Dave reads the comments and stuff, but Dave likes to talk about, like, you know, I don't know. It's it's his show, so we got to follow the leader. You know, a lot of people tell Lee should be doing the confession on the Lee Priest channel. You know what I'm saying? You know, Lee's got his own channel, so Lee can definitely. You know, Jimmy wants to do that. That's for sure. That would definitely hurt. Twice a day. Jesus Christ, Lee. My stomach hurts reading that. Lee, somebody has is it G. Luca Bruno wants to know how Lee liked the Lee Priest the Lee Haney pasta. Lee liked it. He ate the whole thing. Actually, now we have Lee Priest pasta. I can't say that stuff. I'm trying to read what you guys are saying here. What do you think of Dave's fortune teller? Oh, that I don't even want to get into the fortune teller shit. That shit was all bullshit. You know that shit. Everything was totally wrong. We're doing confession Friday night. Yes, this Friday night, Lee was sick, so he couldn't be doing a confession. He was really sick. I know that. You know, even Jimmy was talking about that. So this Friday, Lee will be doing the confession again. Was great. Didn't make me sick. You said that you're saying amoxicillin didn't make you sick. But those fucking guys at the goddamn Arnold, like breathing all over you and everything, right? They got you sick. I love you, Joey Hernandez. Thank you. Confessions are great. Crazy Love. That's the show. Yeah, the Lee Priest confession show is one of my favorite shows. I love that show. Jimmy and Lee have a great. Wait a minute. Somebody just asked me something. I can't see. They have a great chemistry, Jimmy and Lee, because they're good friends. You know what I'm saying? We're all good friends, and we love each other for real. Great, good, best. I'm good. I'm glad you're doing.
Your stories mean the world to me. I got Asperger's syndrome. It's autism.
How-to videos. Thank you.
When you used to give advice on anxiety and depression and the talking smack videos, you really helped me.
Who said it? Who said that?
Adam McNeil. I think that guy's from Germany.
Adam McNeil, thank you so much. I'm glad you feel that way, and I'm glad I can help. You know what I mean? I hate negativity, so I try to help anybody, with that shit. No, the Lee Haney pasta didn't make me sick. made me black. Aha! Lee Priest is funny. Did you see what he wrote? He said the Lee Priest pasta, the Lee Haney pasta didn't make him sick. It made him black. He's fucking crazy. Oh God, I love Lee.
Will Debley sent you $5.
Will Debley, thank you. Good to see you back. My best to Lucia. Thank you. Well, Lucia said thank you as well. Thank you, Will. I really appreciate that, Will. I see you on my the Instagram. Thank you so much for your support. It means a lot to me. Brian Pablo. Brian, Lee Priest, say hello to boy Brian, your fellow Aussie, my boy Brian Pablo. He's on here. You talked to him. Remember I put you and him were talking once? I think where were we? Were we in a hotel and stuff? Anyway, remember Brian Pablo was going to meet you over there. And I think Sydney, you had something to do, but you guys couldn't hook up. So he said, Brian, Lee said hello. I don't know if you see it down there, but Lee Priest is saying hello to you. Love your show, Greg. Been a fan since before. The man whose arms exploded in 57. Thank you, Tim. Tim Stone, thank you so much. I love, when anybody recognizes the Rambling Freak. I did that for 15 years for Steve Bleckman, who, by the way, Steve Bleckman still talks to me to this day. So, Dave and John got their issue with him, but not me. I love Steve Blackman, and he's been very good to me. I'll never say, for me, he's good. Even when I was in the hospital, he called me. To me, he's a great man. Yeah, Brian Lee saying hello. He's saying hello to you. Lee
Hello.
Priest. Hi, Brian.
Lee Priest sent you $15.
Oh, geez, Lee, you didn't have to do that. What about the 20 that Dave gave you? And you said, I was arguing. Did you see on the thank you, Lee. Did you see? Now I got to give that back to him. I got to go on one of his shows and give it back. Listen, did you see on the After Hours where Dave was talking about how now he doesn't owe you anything because he gave it at $20? I said, wait a minute, that's not true, because he tried to give it back. He said, well, if that's the case here, give this to Valentino. I don't accept that offer. Shit. Shadowback.
Who are your 5 best bodybuilders? Your top 5 best bodybuilders?
Thank you, Shadowback. I appreciate it. My 5 best bodybuilders. Well, we got to include Lee Priest. In my opinion, he's the greatest of all the short bodybuilders. His prime was stolen from him because of politics, not because he did anything wrong, okay? But Lee Priest's prime was stolen from him. Can you imagine? Lee stood up there and was beating all the guys that were competing in the Mr. Olympia and all that other shit in the open class. Can you imagine if he was there when they had that 202 class? Do you think anybody would have beaten him? No. There's your answer. He would have won for a couple years. So in my opinion, Lee Priest is one of the uncrowned bodybuilders. Now, uncrowned Mr. Olympias, because he is, and I'm not just saying because I'm friends with him. I've been saying that for forever. And Lee knows that. They stole his prime, and that was wrong. Okay? The other ones, I happen to love Victor Martinez's build. He's another one of my friends, so I'm biased. Okay? I love Kevin Lavrone's build. But if you're going to talk about the greatest, you got to include Lee Haney, who I love, and Ronnie Coleman. I mean, their bodies were amazing.
Mr. G asked if this is the new After Hours.
Wait, Mr. G's here?
Yeah.
Mr. G! George! Everybody, the man is in now. Let me tell you something. Lee, you're very welcome. You know I love you, bro. I love and respect you so much, Lee. And speaking of love and respect, Mr. G's in the house. Will, thank you again, Ramblin' Freak. That story on the beach after. Oh yeah, that was great. My daughter freaks out over that stuff till to this day, and my niece. Let me tell you something about Mr. G. He's a fucking inspiration to me, and I'm very disappointed. George, I don't know if you saw, but I was actually fighting with them this weekend when they were saying about you shouldn't be going to MMA. Jimmy the Bull got on and he started arguing with them because we love you. And I think what's wrong with George fucking at his age? If I was living down by George, I would go to the gym with George every day. He inspires me. The guy is ageless. He doesn't give a shit about his age. And he's having fun. And that's the key to everything. He's having fun. What's the difference if he went for a bodybuilding show at 66 and then he had to blast himself with a ton of steroids, right? What's the difference? Okay? There is no difference. Okay, so what? He's getting punched in the face. Dave's like, yeah, but he's going to get punched in the face. He could get hurt really bad. You don't think he could get hurt taking a ton of steroids, maybe killing his kidneys and shit? Let him be. He's an inspiration. Fucking most people are waiting for the Gamma Zone when they're fucking 66. You know what I mean? Not George. So, George, I love you. George is great. Good example of dedication and believing in yourself. Yes. Lee Priest hit the fucking nail on the head right there. Okay, so, George, I always got your back. I will never fucking go against you. I don't like, if to me, let me tell you guys something about the after hours and all that stuff. Greg, you should think about Hattie Chopin, can he compete in the next Olympic fight? I don't know. I mean, Hattie Chopin's great. Don't get me wrong. Any one of those guys can win the Mr. Olympia. Did you guys ask me about any one of those guys? He may be able to be. I don't know. But right now Derek's the champion, so you gotta beat the champ. Hattie was the champ, but now Derek's the champ. Now getting back, one thing I don't like when you got somebody. Look what they did to Big Rob. And all those guys. If you don't like him, don't invite him on the show. You can. I love Dave and I love John. We're all friends and everything, but you don't talk about one of your boys like that, and you don't put your own boys down like that in front of everybody. If you were in the mafia, you would never make it out of the house alive. The other crew would kill you. You don't sit there and mock your guy and make jokes about him. And the stuff that they say is disrespectful. You just don't do that. You could get hurt driving to the gym, says Lee. He's right. You can't live in fear. You just got to do what fuels your fire. Exactly. Lee just said that. He's right. And we all respect Mr. G. Mr. G's my boy. You know, I love him to death. You know what I mean? We all respect him. You know, you know, I just look at this shit like, you know, you can't put your boy down like that, though. I don't like that. Anyway, people even negating the stuff of Mike Tyson. Listen, Mike Tyson's having fun with this. Plus, not for nothing, but Mike Tyson's going to make so much money, it's not even funny. Okay? If Mike Tyson is the Mike Tyson he could be, he'll kill, what's his name? But you got to remember, there's a big fucking and I actually like, Teddy Atlas was talking about this. I actually like the Jake Paul. Not for nothing, but, you know, I like Tyson better. But, you know, these guys were just somebody that came out of nowhere. You know, other guys have been fighting their whole lives. This guy's been fighting like 4 or 5 years. Anyway, I'm reading George's thing here. How many gym with the UFC? He's saying in the gym, Charlie Rose. I can't see. Lucy, you should read this to me. I can't see who's in the UFC and one of my coaches. I still got something in the tank. Thank you, George. That's what I always say. George has still got gas in the tank. I feel the same way about myself when it comes to working out and stuff. Is do lots of cardio because.
Meet you, Greg?
What?
John Marino asked, "How can we meet you?"
Where do you live, John Marino? I'm not doing any like guest things at the moment. You know what I mean? Until like I start. You know, I have to get that operation still. So like in a month or so, I get that operation. After that, I'll be able to eat normal foods. And
Lee says he does a lot of cardio because he eats a lot of crap food.
Yeah, well, Lee's right. Lee's 100% right. You know what I'm saying? The cardio is everything. You want to win a fight? Like if I was a football coach, lacrosse coach, or any of that shit, you would all hate me because you wouldn't be working on plays all day. You'd be running because the team that's in shape. The guy who's in shape is always going to win. It doesn't matter. What makes the Diaz brothers so great, they don't hit hard or any of that shit, but they're relentless. They don't stop because they have endless gas in the tank. Because those guys do marathons. They do fucking triathlons. They do all that shit. You get a guy who has gas in the tank, forget about it.
Lee said RX should be backing Mr. G 100%.
Yes, Lee's spitting out the good shit here, boy.
That's what somebody else said.
Lee said RX should be supporting Mr. G 100%. You're right. RX should be showcases. Fuck it. They should be sponsoring that fight. They should be sponsoring Mr. G fighting. Instead of putting a guy down and always saying shit, he can come out with the greatest cookie and they'll be like, oh, the cookie's great, but you could be doing it. Don't do that.
Eric Lamont is asking if the Bell brothers have reached out to you about the bigger, stronger, faster.
No, Eric, they have not. The Bell brothers have not reached out to me about bigger, stronger, faster. Yet. They should, because not for nothing, if you're going to do the other, you get all these other new guys, it's okay, but people want to know what happened to the guys who were originally there. You know what I mean? And plus, I said shit in that thing, and, my shit was pretty impactful. So I think that they should. I just finished light sparring.
For an hour and a half.
Good for you, George. You're still my boy. You know that. You got my love and respect, and you're an inspiration. Man, I'm right behind you. I'm only 2 years behind you.
Ace Sunglasses cheering for Mr. G in Australia.
Hey, there it is. Ace Sunglasses cheering for you. Ace Sunglasses. I think, George, you should get a pair of sunglasses from Ace. Lee will tell you. Lee Priest and I and Jimmy the Bull, we all got sunglasses from Ace. They make them like special. Even light sparring is hard cardio. Oh, yeah. Dude, I challenge anybody here. Go hit the bag for more than a minute. More than 1 minute. You watch. You'll be like this. If you hit the bag, if you're really fucking working on the bag. When I was younger, I used to, I boxed for the American Legion with Charlie Gasparino for Fox Business News. He was my, my partner and everything. And, dude, I would fight like 3 minute, 3 minute rounds. We would do 3 rounds. And I'm going to tell you, the next day I couldn't raise my arms. Worse than lifting weights. I couldn't raise my arms. It felt like I did fucking biceps for hours. Anyway, yeah, see, even Lee's saying, yes, the best great sunglasses. They are. Ace Sunglasses, bro. Check them out. Captain Protein Cookies. And now I'm going.
Are you done telling stories on Generation Iron?
Now I'm going to do over an hour cardio. Somebody just asked, am I done telling stories on Generation Iron? I'm not going to tell you what's coming. I just talked to Vlad, just called me. Lucy, about 3-4 days ago. So I got something really good brewing with Generation Iron. I'll tell you, Vlad himself, who I'm friends with, called me. So we're going to be doing, me and Generation Iron got something in the works. I'll tell you about it when it's, he's got to call me in another week to solidify the filming and everything.
How many pounds are you up?
No, thank you, George, because you fucking inspire me. I'm not joking around, bro. I'm not, George, if I lived down by you, I'd be ringing on your doorbell. Let's go today. I'm going to come to the gym with you, and I'd be doing it every day with you. I'd be working out with you because you inspire. What did you ask me, Lucian?
How many pounds are you up?
I'm only up about 4 or 5 pounds, but it's more muscle and everything like that. Yeah, maybe not even. I mean, I'm only in the 170s right now. I was 195. You know what I mean? I'm only in the 170s. I look, because you guys see me on a TV screen or whatever this bullshit is here, this whatever this is. You see me on that, so you can really tell. But if you see me in person, you're like, holy shit. But I still got my structure. Like I have that, little V-tape, but it just looks smaller. Even the documentaries, those didn't even didn't support Greg. Oh, they never support me. Dude, I did the Hulk Hogan documentary for television, for Vice TV. And I sent it to Dave. He wrote only in a post, great job, Greg. If John did that thing, they'd be showing a video, they'd be flashing and shit like that, I'm just saying. Greg, can you compare Joe Gold versus Vince Gironda's gym? I got to be honest with you. I know I've met Vince Gironda. I wasn't in his gym, but I can tell you this. He was a head case, okay? If he caught you squatting or doing shit like that, he'd throw you out of the gym, okay? So he didn't want you doing exercises that you, that you couldn't do. You know what I'm saying? Gregg Valentino loves to name drop. Well, I got to tell you, Mr. Jenks, if you did the fucking Hulk Hogan documentary and it was on TV, and if you did the Arnold Schwarzenegger documentary and you did all the TV, Jay Leno, Carson Daly, Tyler Rex, if you were on all those shows, you'd probably drop a few names too. And you're right, I do love it. So deal with it. Joe, I'm going to be honest with you. Lee Priest can even speak on this. Lee knew Joe. I was at Joe Gold's 70th birthday. That's where fucking Arnold was, kicking it to my wife, and then Franco Colombo tried to pick her up because my ex-wife is black and German, right? So that's whoever asked me before. They were asking me, was Viola. That's her. Okay, and the mother of my children. And she spoke. Her mother was in the Hamburg Circus, was an acrobat. She used to do the trapeze in the Hamburg Circus. She spoke, she's from Germany. Her father was black. And she spoke perfect German. So she was talking to Arnold in German, and my wife was really good looking. So he was like hugging her and, oh, you're so cute, you tell her and everything. But I was at Joe Gold's birthday party. Joe Gold was a great guy. He used to call me the man with the New York tan because I was fucking pale white back in like 1981, this was. But World's Gym was my kind of gym because I don't train with music. I don't listen to music. And back then, they didn't play any music. You know what I mean? It was like I liked all these, the fucking paint the equipment with swimming pool paint, the outdoor shit. I love it. Lee just said nobody watches TV except for Jay on Shark Tank. Lee's right. Lee's right. Lee got that right. Oh, shit. Lucia, I can't read this. Thank you, Quadra Lenorte or whatever. I'm sorry, I can't read you. It's so far. I can't read. Lucia, thank you, my brother. If you want to ask me a question, please. Lee said, how was he was like my godfather. I used to help Joe every day. Dude, Joe, Lee, I fucking helped. Do you know where? Remember when you walk in that little desk in World's Gym, right? Eddie Giuliani be behind it. I helped that motherfucker upstairs. There was a pull down, what do you call it? Attic, right? And he had all the shirts and all that shit upstairs in the pull down attic. All the World's Gym shirts, all that shit. I actually brought all them up to him up there. He asked me to help him. I helped him all unload. They had a big shipment coming. I unloaded all that shit. And in the end, I asked him, I want to get one of them shirts. He charged me for it. That motherfucker, Eddie Giuliani, not Joe Gold. Joe Gold used to break my balls all the time now. He called me fat boy. Yeah, he was like that, right, Lee? He was like that. I love that guy, though. He was a good guy, Joe Gold. He used to call Lee Fat Boy, and he called me the man with the New York tan because I was pasty white. He gave me a complex about that shit. I used to go in fucking Gold's Gym and lay in a tanning bed and then fight with fucking Andreas Colling because he used to be like, get out of the bed, you've been in there an hour. Meanwhile, those fucking bulbs didn't even work. They were like laying under fluorescent bulbs. I got no tan from it, but I paid for that shit, you know? And then I used to throw spitballs over and try to hit fucking Andreas Colling because he used to fucking terrorize me. What part of Italy is your family from? Mostly, Abruzzo. Mostly Naples, though. Naples, I'm Napolitan. And a little bit of Rome. But Abruzzo and Naples is really where it's from. My father lived in Rome for a little bit. Greg, are you a working man or are you retired? No, I still work. I still do shit today. I was just doing, we sell stuff here. I do a lot of shit. Yep, Zabo always asleep. Yeah, yes. The mighty Zabo. All those old school guys always hung around down there. Yeah, I remember him. He was all right. They were a little weird. Eddie Giuliani, I liked him, but I couldn't believe he did not fucking give me a fucking free shirt. And I put all those things up with him in that fucking attic. If you remember, that little cubby spot, that tiny, tiny little fucking front desk up there was the attic. That fuck, he made me come up there and give him all that shit, and he still charged me. They say Joe Gold's let me tell you something. Joe Gold's equipment, Jeremy, was amazing. He actually would get the plates. Wait, look. I got a Frigno plate right here. Ah! He would actually take the regular standard plate like this and drill a hole right here, skinny, a little thicker than a fucking nail, really. But it had standard hole, right? And he would stack them up, and he would line them right up with a dowel, and every one of them fit perfect. Lee will tell you, every one of them. When you were in the outside, he painted that equipment with swimming pool paint. You know what I mean? On the deck. That was great. I love that. I love that gym. I think I like that. I enjoyed the atmosphere in Gold's. Wait a minute, Gold's Gym. But World's was my place to train more because I don't like music when I train. I know that sounds weird to you guys. I just like to, and they didn't play music. If you want to listen to music, you got to wear your earphones. Joe was like that bullshit, and the gorilla beat you. I can't really see what it says there too much. I'm really bad with that, Lee. Jesus, Eddie and Joe couldn't stop giving me free shirts. Oh, you bastard. Dude, he would not give me free. I mean, Joe probably would have given me a free shirt if I asked, but Eddie made me do all that shit, and he still charged me for a shirt. I don't remember if he might have given me a hat, but I don't want no fucking hat. I want a fucking shirt, I think he did give me a hat. I can't remember. But I had to fucking pay for the shirts. Valentino's a national treasure, American is apple pie. Thank you, Wayne. Thank you so much, Wayne W. Thank you. All the outdoor equipment, even in the rain, and it's with wrong equipment. Today, Joe making new equipment out of the auto. He made even the doubles. Yeah, I'm telling you, Lee, all that stuff that he made, I loved. It was smooth and everything. But when nothing fucking got rusty in the back. Anyway, when I was there, I'm talking like 81, 82. You know what I mean? It was fucking great. But they ruined that because they moved the gym. Now, that I went in it when it moved. I think it was in the 90s I went in, the new World's Gym. It's not the same. They took away that. He had flavor with that, up to 200 pounds. Yes, that shit was fucking. I mean, he was because Joe Gold was a welder. That's why. He knew how to make that shit. And he made the equipment really feel good. Did you ever meet Dave Draper? Yes, I have pictures with him. I just met him, but I don't know him. We never really sat down and had conversations. Those old school guys, some of those guys, I mean, they were really a little wacky. Dave Draper, was a little out there. What else? How did you look so young after living a crazy? Oh, thank you, John. I guess, I do take care of myself. So, you have to take care of yourself and eat good and all that stuff and know when to say when with the drugs and shit, even the Babanya. I do little right now. I do the TRT, but I don't like go anything above that. I don't, because that'll fuck me up. Vice TV is bankrupt. Well, I don't know about that, but whatever. You know, Mr. Jinx, you got a thing, huh? You're one of those. You a little trolly. Are you one of those? You the troll guy? Are you going to be one of those in here? Vice TV's bankrupt. That's why if you go on TV, they're still on. What show have you been on? You can't even. What are you? You can't even come here as your own name. Whatever. Don't watch. Listen, if you don't like me, if you want to mock and do it, why are you watching me? What do you watch me for? Why would you give me the view and talk on here? You know what I mean? Take your little dick elsewhere. Equipment today. Yeah, I don't like all the bands. You're right. John Mancini Fitness, I don't like the bands either. Mike Russo, I heard Joe Gold's the original standing. You know, I don't know. I don't know if that's true for Mike Russo. I don't know if that's true if Lou Ferrigno has a standing calf or not. That I couldn't tell you. But everything Joe Gold made, he made great. Thank you from the UK. Wait, I'm trying to scroll down here. I can't see the name. It went up. I don't know how to scroll down. Do you think you can stimulate growth with light weights by contracting? Yes, I do think. Yes, I do. I like to contract all the time. Yes, I do think you don't have to lift heavy weights. That's all bullshit. You have to make the muscle do the work and hit the deep fibers. Oh shit, this is going fast. I'm sorry, guys. It's jumping fast. Lee Priest. You can with light weights. Much can't see what you lift. Yes, he's right. He said muscle can't see what you lift. He's right. You got to make the muscle do the work. You got to get the deep fibers to work. Contraction will actually make the fibers go deeper and deeper. Of course. And Lee will probably agree with me. Most of you guys that lift heavy weights have no business lifting a weight you lift. It's too heavy. You're not even getting anything out of it. Dave's jealous. No, he's not jealous. Dave's my friend. I just don't, because we're friends though, it doesn't mean we agree on everything. There's people he likes that, you know, I'm not crazy about, and there's people I like that he's not crazy about. Like Steve Blackman. Would you give the Sandow to 1980 to Arnold? I'm sorry, but yeah, I know Arnold like just was the show. He can't, about giving a Sandow to 80. A lot of people are obsessed with that, but I think. Wait a minute, Thomas. I can't see how you say his name. Thomas. It's going too fast. Lucia. Fuck, she's supposed to be helping me. Tenagias. I'm sorry, Thomas, if I'm getting your name wrong. Love from Lithuania. Thomas, thank you so much. God bless you and all my Lithuanian brothers and sisters. God bless you. Thank you. I'm sorry I can't get your name right. I'm so bad with. First of all, Momomo, I can't see too good. Second of all, I'm so bad with getting names right. People still are obsessed with that whole Arnold shit. Shut up, 1980. Oh, that's old stuff, man. I mean, you had to give it to him. He's he is the show. You take him out of that show. I don't think Mike Mentzer beat him. It would have went to somebody else. I forgot who I thought was second. It might have been like there were a few guys in that show that were pretty good. Even Tom Platz was really good in that show. You know why anybody about that were Greek? Do I know anybody that won't? You probably mean won a contest that were Greek. I'm sure there are. I don't get caught up in whether your nationality is or not. I'm not really sure. I'm sure there are plenty of Greek bodybuilders. Greg, I'm off to bed. Thank you, Stephen. I'm Stephen McCrae. I'm sorry, guys. It's so hard for me to see. Please, I'm sorry if I get your names wrong. It's going fast. Wait, it's going real fast now. Oh my God. Do you have an Instagram? Yes. If you want to see by the way, if you want to see what my girlfriend looks like, some of you guys like, what does your girlfriend look like? What does Lucia look like? Go to my Instagram, Gregg Valentino. It's on Instagram. I think it's Gregg_Valentino. And you'll see, if you go on there, you'll see my girlfriend. Wolfgang Apple JA. Thank you so much, my brother. From your hillbilly. Thank you. I love hillbilly. Dude, I actually like hillbilly girls. And I love hillbilly music. My grandfather used to play the banjo, believe it or not, and he was Italian. Brian Pablo, you didn't have to do that. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. I thank you for all your support over the years and your well wishes. God bless you, man. Thank you so much, Brian. You know you're one of my boys. You're one of my favorites too, always. Thank you so much, Brian. Feeling better, Greg? Yes, thank you, my brother. Biggest jerk in bodybuilding from old school era. Oh, well, I mean, I think like there's a bunch of them, but I don't get along with Lou, so for me, he's one of them. You know what I'm saying? I gotta watch what I say because that guy's so happy. Do you
I think Kiana would have won the Olympics if he was in it.
Geez, now you're back? No, Rich Piano never would have won the Olympia if he was in it. His structure was not even close. He couldn't even win the Nationals. Do you make her
From the UK,
have the 70s Bush? No, she won't do the 70s Bush, but I want her to have it Night Rider. She doesn't like the 70s Bush. I like it, but she won't do it.
Keep doing live stream, homie. You don't need RX anymore.
Do you think Rich Piano? No.
Snoop said that.
Oh, thank you, Big Snoop. I appreciate it. Yeah, I like to talk about other shit, even not just bodybuilding. You know what I'm saying? Like like RX, they're like, oh my god, did you see Hattie's, rear double bicep with the striated glute? I don't give a shit. I'm sorry, I don't give a shit. Wait, hold on, Lucia. Oh, we're almost done. She's pretty great. Thank you, John Mancini. John Mancini said you're pretty, Lucia. Get to know her, you'll hate her. I'm kidding. I'm off. Thanks. Adam, thank you so much. Adam, thank you for being here. John Mancini, Lucia said thank you. Mystery Man, Franco. Mystery Man's got a good one there. Franco is a dick. Definitely was a big dick. Wolfgang Apple again. Don't forget
The redneck.
Redneck Cousins too, bro. Yes, I love Redneck Cousins. I love like banjo music and I like all that hillbilly shit. So don't kid yourself. That's a little known fact about me. I'm not really big with country music, but I love like hillbilly and all that stuff, all that, all that shit. I love that shit. My grandfather played the banjo, and he was from Italy. From the UK, Babanya, love you, brother. Thank you, my brother. It goes so fast, I can't even get their names out. I'm sorry, guys. It's going really fast. Big Snoop, keep it alive. Yeah, Jesus, it's going so fast. Wait, Piana had weird muscle, but that's because he's at PMMA and all that stuff in there. He admits it. Piana was a slob. He was a good guy. I got along with Rich, but it's a different animal. I thought you would say Victor Richards. Victor Richards was not. He had asshole qualities, but it's just because he was. And me and him had that big fucking thing. But he was harmless, really. Even though we had that boo-ha, me and him. The other guy, Big Lou and Franco, those two guys. Franco, forgot about him. That's a fucking Momo in the name. I'm Jay Cutler's top. I'm Jay Cutler's top peanut butter salesman. Well, good for you, Mr. Jinx. You got to get a joke book. Our favorite Momos, but thank you, Eugene. I appreciate that. John Mancini's visit. No, anything for you. Greg, really love you guys. Thank you, John Mancini. God bless you. It's going fast here. Bing bang boom.
From the UK, can you do a training video? Love you.
Yeah. I'm going to be doing some stuff with Joe Zapata. You know what I mean? I'm going to be doing a training video and all that stuff. Tomorrow, Joe and I are going to be live on Joe Zapata's channel. Do I still use sponges from Dorian Swolman wants to know if I still use sponges like I did with Victor Richards. Only for one exercise back, because when I do I do it's not T-bar row, it's a row machine, where you're on it, you fucking lay it's on your chest and you fucking pull the free weights and everything. I use that because otherwise I rip my hands out and I use heavy weight for reps. So that's the only time I use the sponges. But other than that, and if I did triceps, the Easy Curl bar, I would use sponge, but I don't even train my triceps anymore. Berto Fox is a weirdo. I knew him from World's Gym. He's a fucking weirdo. Wasn't really a nice, friendly guy either. He's a fucking weirdo. So, but you were asking me like who was the biggest dickheads. It's funny because Victor Richards and I didn't get along. He was cocky and everything, and blah 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 blah. But we get along more now. We've buried that hatchet, but he wasn't. He was an asshole, but he wasn't really a dickhead. Those guys were dickheads. Okay. Any mob stories? There's a few little ones that I have. There's some in my book. I have, I'm going to be honest with you. There's a few guys roaming around out there that I'm not going to talk about because they'll fucking kill you. I I knew I was in with one person that was a really bad mobster. But other than that, I knew the mob guys. I was right there with Junior Gotti and everything, but I wasn't in with him. Do you understand? Like, I didn't get involved with those guys, because once you get involved with those guys, I used to go to the social clubs. My cousin ran all their shit and was, I didn't get involved. So I stayed away from that, because once you get in there, they own your ass. You understand? And it's not just like, and then you got to watch everything you do. Somebody tells a story. If a mobster is telling a story, right? Like, we did this, we did that, and you heard something that he did. You don't want to hear that, because then if something comes out and somebody else finds out about it, they want to kill everybody, because they're all rats. They to everybody. Well, I got 10 guys know. Valentino knows. He knows. Well, we got to kill them all, because one of them talked to You don't Don't tell me anything. Don't tell me. I don't want to know any stories. Don't bring up any. If you're gonna tell a story, I'm gonna walk away, because I don't want to know. Because then you can't accuse me of fucking being a rat. You know what I mean? Oh, I didn't get involved with those guys, but I was around them. Okay, my boy was in with Gotti. My boy was in with the Gambinos. Okay, but he too used to tell me, don't get involved. We do what we got to do. Sell them some stuff. Do this, do that. But don't get involved. So, and any mob stories I got to watch what I say. There's one in my book. It's a long story. I don't want to really sit here and tell. It's because it's a long story. But I'll tell when I get a little bit more time, because I want to just finish this, because then I got to go. I got to fucking pee like a racehorse. Rich was a great guy, but his physique was also. It's not that, you know what I mean? But you can't compare Rich with like a guy who's competing on the Olympia. He looked great standing there, but when, getting on stage, when you see him next to other bodybuilders, it's a different story. Victor Richards needed cream in his story. Victor Richards needing a cream. LOL. No, what happened was Michael Russo saying that about Victor Richards. Yes, he had oil on his arms, like, you know what I mean? Like, he oiled up, like fucking, almost like tanning oil, but he didn't need to tan, but it was oil. And, my hands were sliding when I would grab his elbows to push him up, my hands were sliding and he was getting mad. And I'm like, fuck me, you know what I mean? He's doing like 220 pound or 240 pound dumbbells, flies. So finally I put the sponges. I said, let me use this. I put the sponges on. A barbarian, but I was like, why are you using sponges? And I'm like, because he fucking oiled his arms and he's getting all mad at me. And then Victor Richards got mad because I told them about him oiling his arms. So instead of getting, then they started breaking his balls. So instead of getting mad at them for breaking his balls, he got mad at me for fucking telling them. And that's how that all went down. But we're all good now. But, I was like thinking, okay, I was going to either fucking kick him in the balls and then punch him and run, because these guys were. I was a fucking $170. You know what I mean? He was literally like fucking 300 pounds. He was a fucking monster. You know what I mean? And plus, I was afraid everybody was going to jump in. I was going to get my ass beat. Anyway.
Wolfgang, is there a tranny mafia?
Wolfgang. Oh my God, is there a tranny mafia? I'm sure there is. I heard in Brazil there is. In Brazil, there's tranny mafias, and there's gay mafias, there's all that shit. I don't know, you know what I mean? But, there's mafias for everything today. I'm sure there's fucking nerd mafias, They're all fucking whacked. But,
why did everyone hate Ferrigno, even Arnold?
Well, she's asking, who asked that?
iDubbbz Gaming.
Okay, iDubbbz what?
Gaming.
iDubbbz Gaming. Where do you see that? It's asking me if why does everybody hate Lou, even Arnold? Okay, you know what? Let me answer that in 1 second. Don't go anywhere, guys, for 1 second. I gotta pee really bad, and she took away my pee bucket, so I'll be right back. Hold on, don't go away. I'll answer that.
Somebody said that there's a Mormon mafia, and that they're intertwined with the Mexican cartels.
Yeah, okay, I don't believe any of that shit.
You don't believe it?
No. All right. Sorry, but when how many other guys do a podcast, get up to take a piss? I'm fucked up like that. Usually I could pee right. Sometimes during after hours, I'll piss in a fucking, like I have a bucket thing. Not a bucket, but like an old soap thing. It's like with a big fucking head to put my big fat cock in. And I piss right in there. How come they all hate Lou Ferrigno, even Arnold? Lou's a petty guy. I don't know. I don't hate Lou Ferrigno. I just have no, like I don't like him.
Somebody said
There's a
he
difference.
would charge little kids to take photos.
Yeah, he would do that, right? He charges the kids and all that stuff. I got to watch what I say because he doesn't like me. And I know he's already got his eye on me, you know what I mean, with everything I say. Because I was in with his father and his brother. Just pulling my pants up a little bit more. I was in with his father and his brother. Okay, the fucking here, look, again, I've showed this before. I've showed it 1,000 times. This is just one of the plates that's right there, Ferrigno. You see that? Ferrigno International, right? This is one of the plates given to me, okay? I don't remember if Andy gave them or Matt, but that Matt would give me equipment. That's his father, Matt Ferrigno. Andy's his brother. And when all this shit went down, Andy got a hold of me and wanted me to put it in the magazines because there was a lot of issues there. Again, I'm not going to get in between all that shit. I got to measure what I say. I'm not going to start. I don't really care about it anymore. When I did that article, well, I got a bag, a fucking garbage bag, a black hefty bag filled with pictures, videos, letters from everybody and their brother, all fucking showing me, oh, this is Lou Ferrigno telling my kid, you got to pay me for an autograph or to write down something on a tissue or to get a picture taken. My son was Joe Zapata, who's my boy. We're going to do tomorrow at 8:00. Go to the Zapata, Jersey, straight out of Jersey, Joe Zapata. Go to his podcast. I'm going to be on there. We're going to do it. But Joe Zapata took his, I think, 9-year-old, 10-year-old son back. They're older now. Not a lot, but just like 10 years ago. Took his 9-year-old son, and the kid went up to Lou Ferrigno, and I think he bought a signed picture for like $50. And then the little boy wanted his picture taken with Lou, and Lou said, it's going to be another $50. And Joe said, come here, let's go. So it's that kind of shit, all right? I'm not getting involved, like anymore, but there's a lot of petty stuff. That's why, I think Arnold and Lou get along now, but it might be fake. I don't know. You know what I mean? All I know is that, I understand guys charging for, if you go to a table and a guy's at a table and they're signing pictures, right? The nice 8x10, right? Usually, when I was there with muscular development, I tell the story. I fucking sat at the table. Blackman had me signing pictures, right? And I was doing it for free. And then they stopped. Hey, Greg, stop. And I'm like, what's the matter? What's the matter? And he goes, you have to fucking charge at least $10. And I say, why? I feel funny. And he goes, don't feel funny. Because what's happening now is if you don't charge and the person next to you, there was a female bodybuilder. I don't remember who it was. It was next to me. And then there was other guys. They said, if you don't charge, then you make them look bad because then you're giving out shit for free and they're charging for their photos. And people go, why? I didn't have to pay for his. So he said, the minimum charge is $10. So I charged $10, right? That's what I had to do. But whatever. So I understand that. But this is beyond that. This is $50 plus if somebody said, can I get my picture taken? You can't charge for that. Or can you sign my weightlifting belt? Or can you say, oh my God. I got a funny quick story for you. Holy shit, I just thought about that, signing a weightlifting belt. Oh my God. I was this is Night of Champions. Okay, Night of Champions. And this might have been like 2000, 1999, one of them, right? Some kids, some young bodybuilder guys had a knapsack and he brought a 45-pound plate, right, with them. And they had a pen, a gold pen that wrote, no, it was either gold or silver pen, right? It wrote, but it wasn't a Sharpie. It was one of those ones that you have to shake, and it was almost like you hit a little ball in there, like it's like a fucking spray paint. You hit a little ball, right? And you shake it, and then you sign. And they had all the guys from the Night of Champions. They had a few guys like Dorian Yates was there. He signed all these people, right? And they come to me. Now I was just getting really popular in the magazines, everything, right? They come to me. I feel fucking really stupid about this. They come to me and they say, "Could you sign this 45-pound plate?" And I said, "Sure." And I tried to write and it wasn't right. And the guy goes, "No, you got to shake it." And I said, "Oh, all right." So I went like this, and the whole fucking thing exploded and got all over the whole fucking dumbbell, the whole plate, and literally destroyed all the signatures. Imagine that. Do you imagine how I felt? I was like this. They were like this, and I was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." And they're like, "Don't wipe it. That'll make it worse." And they're like, "No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it." You know. And I'm like, "Oh my God, I can't believe I fucked up your whole fucking plate." Anyway, that was like, it's like my fucking luck. Anyway, I got about 5 more minutes, I think, then I got to go. I got to run to the grocery store. That's me with the belt. I want you to sign, Greg. I messaged you on Instagram. Okay.
I just wrote back.
Oh, Lucia's the one you're talking to on Instagram. So Jeremy Scott, Lucia's going to tell you how to do it. Basically, send me something. Like usually I have people send back like a self-addressed stamped envelope. So, you know, it goes back to you, and you know what I'm saying? Like, so you guys pay the shipping and stuff. Because I can't, like, I don't know I do all the shit wrong. She'll handle it. I don't know. She'll handle it. But, so she'll do that. I'll throw a picture in there too. Pretty guy approached me, coming out. Handed me a tissue, thought I wanted to autograph, and the tissue rolled up, and there was drug and marijuana. Are you serious, Mike Russo? I'm reading that. He's talking about the hand in the tissue with marijuana. Wait, I thought this town is getting too weird. Yeah, well, you know, listen, guys, it's a you know, things are crazy and shit out there. A lot of these bodybuilders are weird. There's a lot of guys who got into bodybuilding because they were fucking, I don't know, pushed around and that's their way, whatever, you know, but I don't know, you know, Lou always said his father was tough on him and everything, blah, 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 blah. But I knew his father was a New York City cop, you know, and he had that mentality, but he was, you know, he saw his kid, he wanted to drive him, you know, so whatever. I like the father. I liked Andy. I used to go there all the time. Frigno Barbell, go right underneath the fucking, they had a gym in Brooklyn. I used to go to Brooklyn and I go underneath the fucking building. They had a big warehouse, all kinds of stuff. The best stuff, best. I still got all their barbells and bar attachments and stuff. Oh, it was great stuff. But anyway, all right, guys, listen. I got to run here because I got to go to the friggin', you know, I got to run to go to the whatchamacall, grocery store. I got to get some food. I'm saying all I eat because I'm a diabetic, right? And I got to really watch my sugar now because of the liver. And then I got the fucking gallbladder. So they got to take it out. It's bad. So I can't eat fat and I can't eat fucking sugars, right? Or I got to watch the carbs. So what the fuck do I eat? You know, I remember living on fucking egg whites, which is disgusting. I got to throw a little bit of gravy on there, macaroni sauce, pasta sauce. Thank God for grated cheese too. And then I eat fucking turkey burger, you know, all day, all night. And, you know, turkey burger meat. Sometimes I just eat it all crumbled. Other times I eat. Thank you, Big Snoop. I love you too, bro. Have a great night. Thank you, John Mancini Fitness. What food do you eat? Yeah, I was just saying, I eat the fucking turkey. And normally I eat like beef, eggs. I can't even eat eggs. I have to eat egg whites. You know, it's horrible. Because until I get my gallbladder taken out, I got to watch any fats. And then, you know, because right now the liver was giving me problems because of the, you know, sugar. It's all tied in together. I have to watch all my carbs. So I got to eat fucking just bullshit. Anyway. Thank you, Jeremy Scott. Thank you, Leo. Thank you, Double M. Yes, I can drink protein shakes, but Jesus Christ, how much can you drink until you start getting diarrhea? Joe V, thank you so much, my brother. TC, thank you. MKER. Oh, that's something else. I don't see what that is. Okay, Chucha, whatever the hell it is, 1967. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm sorry I can't read your name. I can barely see. Mike Russo, God bless you. Thank you so much. Connor Ellis Fitness, thank you. Thank you. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I love you guys. Thank you so much for everything, for being here. All right. Tomorrow, Joe Zapata, Zapata, straight out of Jersey, Joe Zapata. Okay. Go there 8 o'clock. I'm going to be on there. We're going to do some shit, me and Joe. Okay. So we'll have fun, just like we did today. We're going to have fun. All right. Thank you, Double M. All right. Thank you, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. So don't forget. All right. Thank you. I love you guys, man. Thank you so much.